So by now, unless you've been under a rock, if you're in the industry of real estate, you heard about a ruling that came down October 31st of 23 against NAR, the National Association of Realtors, and some of the biggest real estate firms in the country, the ones that did not settle before the ruling came down. It's $1,780,000,000 going to 260,000 plaintiffs. That's roughly $6,800 per plaintiff. That's before it gets split with the attorneys that kind of push this forward. The big piece of this is what you should do as a real estate agent or broker, what you should do today or tomorrow before the week is out. I strongly encourage you. I'll tell you that in a second, but you should worry about compliance. I have some advice for you here in just a second, but I want you to hear the three big lies that are being told on radio, television, printed media, written media, websites. Here is Deborah Camlin from the New York Times talking about what this ruling and why this ruling happened. She says home sellers complained that the commission model suppressed competition in the real estate industry. Folks, the opposite is true. It creates competition. She says the commission model suppressed competition in the real estate industry by keeping commissions for the buyers' brokers in the 2.5% to 3% range. Here's where she starts really straying off the reservation. Keeping the commission between 2.5% and 3% range, despite the diminishing role of brokers, as buyers are increasingly able to find homes online independently. This implies that all we do is find a buyer a house and we're done. Hey, I found the house for you. It's 110 Main Street. Yep, go down, third house on the right. Okay, I'll see you at the closing. We all know how stupid that sounds, but I want you to hear that. I want you to hear that that's what people are being told. Real simple. We'll go to lie number two. Actually, that one lie had two lies in it, but here's lie number two. I'm being generous. Here we go. Same reporter, Deborah Camlin, New York Times. She says, she's talking about NAR, Chicago-based company, owns the trademark to the word realtor. We all know that. Making a real estate agent's ability to buy and sell homes. Listen what she's saying. Making a real estate agent's ability to buy and sell homes contingent upon the payment of membership dues in much of the country. What? Not even close. Not even close. I can buy and sell a house without paying the National Association of Realtors anything. No, is somebody checking them? Are they that dumb? I mean, come on. I don't need to pay the national. I am a licensed broker, associate broker, right? I don't have to pay the National Association of Realtors a dime before I can buy or sell a house. Hello, mainstream media. It's not that. It's if we can help other people buy and sell a house. Yeah, that's the only difference is you're 180 degrees out of phase and you're 100% wrong. That's all. That is so not true. But we'll go to lie number three. Lie number three is quoting Jack Ryan, the CEO of Rex Real Estate. He wrote this in a text that if commissions can be lowered, the price of every home will come down. That's the first part of ridiculousness. That if you tell a guy, look, you don't have to pay commission, do you think he's going to say, oh, well, then I'll just take my house down. Whatever that amount was, I'll reduce my house by that same amount. Or will he say, really, I don't have to pay that commission? Wow, that's neat. So that 5, 6, 7%, I can just put it in my pocket, right? That's how the world works. That's what he or she would do. Oh, nobody's going to say, oh, no commission? Well, then, that 5 or 6%, I'm just going to go ahead and lower my price. I'm just that kind of person. That's not how the world works. But here's part two of the third lie. He says the price of every home will come down, jobs and wages will go up, tax revenues will increase, people can easily move to better and more fulfilling jobs. Why didn't he go on and say, no more traffic jams, no more bitter coffee, your dinner will never be cold, dogs will never bite people anymore, come on, poison ivy won't make your skin break out, right? You'll never be late to an appointment. Vacations now are not a week anymore, they're 3 weeks. This is how ridiculous this is. And the reason they're doing this is because the general public doesn't like us anyway. They think we're overpaid. They don't really understand the behind-the-scenes stuff that we do. It's really between the contract and the closing. If you ask them about it a year later, it's all a blur. They're just going to say whether or not the agent, lied to them or not, whether or not they like the agent, use them as a referral. That's not what we're talking about. They're being lied to is a point. There's 3 examples. There's a fourth one that I couldn't find because I think they went back and changed it. It says that the home prices were inflated and people paid too much for houses because of real estate agents' commissions. Well, there's something in the contract called an appraisal contingency, right? So the bank hires the appraiser says whether or not the house is worth what it's being sold for, right? So if we were really jacking up prices with our commission, then they wouldn't appraise. The contract price would be too high. That's another convo. But here's what you need to do before the week's out. Get with your broker. Praise God, I'm not running a company anymore. Thank goodness I'm with EXP because my phone will be blowing up. You need to get with your broker and ask them and make sure, does this court ruling change anything in your state? Stay in compliance. Look, they're watching. People are probably talking about this. They never talk real estate unless it's something bad. They never say great things about real estate. It's always some kind of ho-hum, every bag of downers kind of thing. Anyway, do yourself a favor. Talk with your broker this week. Make sure if there's any compliance changes in your state that you're in compliance. Hey, it's Reggie Moon with Eclipse USA and Associates, brokered by EXP. Call me. We'll talk. There's my number right there. Call me. We'll talk.